Last month, I made $30,000 on social media.
Damn!
And not using no clickbait stuff, no gimmicks or anything like that. I did one consistent thing. I added value into my content, but not no BS that everybody else be talking about. Add content. Nah, we're gonna break this down. So in this video, we're gonna talk about the 4 different ways to add value that actually converts. First, I'm gonna take you inside of a podcast interview that I did that talked about how to add value and what it actually does. And then we're gonna get into all 4 types. All right, let's get into this podcast. I have a different way of promoting because I don't promote, right? I feel like I am the product. And so by me just showing up in the way that I do, because I lead with value. So I don't necessarily believe in hiding the information or what I love to do behind a paywall. I will give you it to the point where you're almost confused of why I'm giving it to you for free, that you feel like you have to like join the community in some way, shape, or form. And when you see an offer, you're like, all right, I've gotten so much. Here you go. Right. So for me, I post every single day on Instagram. I have a weekly post on YouTube, a live show on YouTube on Monday, right? I post every day on Threads, but my main 2 is probably about Instagram and YouTube. And so I go from the categories of I'll talk about the latest content tips or the content tools. I'll talk about AI. I'll talk about stuff with branding and things like that. That all lines with my Instagram. Then the longer form of that will probably be on YouTube. Threads has been like just my thoughts and just more into like content motivation side of things. And with all of that, because those are shareable, people then get introduced to what is the brand, right? Um, Even though I have deeper than the brand and everything like that, I'd rather you fall in love with me first because people connect with people.
Right.
And I'll go more into, all right, let me get to know me. You're going to hear about deeper than the brand. You're going to see in the comments people or on the lives people saying deeper than the brand and things like that. So you're going to get curious about that. You're probably going to join the newsletter. I also got a newsletter. So you're probably going to join the newsletter. You're going to hear about deeper than the brand. So once you're inside of my world, then you're going to get introduced to everything else that I offer. You're going to see that, okay, that I speak. So if somebody wants to book me for speaking, you could do that. You'll see that I take brand deals because I'm showing you all these different AI tools. You're gonna probably want to do that, right? So I'm more of like, let me be myself, let me show what I do, and then if you're about that life, come through. If you're not, that's fine. I'd rather you just get to know me. All right, it's time to get into the actual what is value. Because every social media expert, guru, however you want to call about it, is going to say add value, add value. And even in the podcast, I talked about just adding value, but I didn't really get into the nitty gritty of it. So let's get right into it. So we have education, entertainment, inspiring, and convincing value. So let's break all that down. So education value is pretty self-explanatory. You're teaching, you're doing tips, you're giving them problem solving that if they watch that video, that particular video, no holds bar, no, hey, watch this first one and then get the rest later. No, you give them the whole shebang. They can use that. They instantly get a small win, which will then build the trust. The next one is entertaining. Now, that doesn't only mean skits or jokes or anything like that, but that can mean humor and that can mean creativity. So whatever you may find creative, shoot, I'm into Legos. Maybe building Legos is entertaining to some people. Some people, I follow Pat Flynn, collecting Pokemon cards. That's entertaining. That doesn't always mean humor. But entertaining value is something that actually takes the mind off of reality. And people find that super valuable in their life. Talking about value, if I've ever added value, make sure that you sign up for the Content Corner newsletter. I give the latest AI tips, the latest content tips, really dope branding lessons. It's in the description. All right, let's get back to the video. The next one is inspiring value, which means evoking emotion or motivation. Now, this doesn't mean you have to be a motivational speaker, but it does mean that you have to figure out a way to get the people to move and be motivated based off of your niche, based based off of your own industry, right? So if I was talking about content creation, I'm creating some type of content to give you that encouragement that you can do it too, showing different examples of like, look, normal people can do it too. It's not just the people who have all the lights and cameras and everything. People who have their phones also can create content. They're also doing viral moments. It's that type of content that people will be like, yeah, this is me, and build that trust within you as well. And then we have convincing value. The convincing value is like testimonials, is like user-generated content that shows like, look, other people are doing what I'm doing, using what I'm putting out, and it works for them, right? And so when people see that, they're like, shoot, I can build trust off of them because this person's using it, or that person's using it, or they're talking positive about them. The convincing value is probably one of the most important ones when you're thinking about conversions. So it's not just about add value, add value, add value. It's about adding 4 different types of value. Adding all of those 4 is what creates the conversion. You can't just do one and expect the other, right? It's how do I do the educational value, the entertainment value, the inspiring value, as well as the convincing value. And this is what creates the sales. This is what creates the brand awareness. So which value are you going to be concentrating on? Put that in the comments. Let me know. And don't forget, check this video.